Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and to another reaction video. Alright, so today is the final day of EVO 2025. It is the big announcement day. Um, it's been a while since I wasn't at EVO and I was actually home to react to big announcements. Feels kind of strange. If you guys don't know, I actually was supposed to be at EVO this year and I had to cancel at the last moment. My kitty Speck, who you may have seen if you've been on this channel for a while, he had a health issue. It came up really suddenly. It was really scary. He's stable. He's okay right now. But yeah, so I had to cancel last minute. So unfortunately, I wasn't there, but the bright side is I get to react to things with you guys. So, the first game, the first top 8 that's being shown on this Evo Final Sunday is Guilty Gear Strive. However, I am getting ready just in case they have any sort of announcements, trailers, anything like that going in before Strive starts. As you guys probably know, if you're into fighting games, there are a number of fighting games that are going to be releasing in the next year or so. And most of them were playable at Evo this year, or at least had some demos, some cool stuff going on. So I've been curious to see if today we were going to get any new trailers or any new content for any of those games. So that's what we're going to be watching for here first. I do also expect later in the day to be some cool announcements, trailers, probably with, at the very least, with Tekken and Street Fighter. But for now, we're going to see if we get anything for any of those new games. So it's going to start soon. Evo. Let's check it out. The guy.
The guy.
Here he comes. Omni-Man.
To conquer it. Come on, get up.
Woo! I mean, we knew he was in the game because we saw him in the launch trailer, but let's see.
You'll never take this planet.
Woo!
Pay attention.
Ooh! Okay, I'm liking the music. Okay. Yeah. Oh yes. Oh. Woo!
You got there, kitty cat.
Kitty cat. Yeah.
Fireworks can't hurt me.
Oh god, I love the individual character comments.
Pay attention.
This music is so sick. Ah, and there's so much weight to all of his punches. Think. Ooh.
Listen to me. You don't seem to understand.
Here he goes. Straight from the comics.
This battle isn't yours to win.
What? Oh my god. Yes. Yes, he's very happy. It's like, the guy.
That's what I'm talking about. I have one more question for you, though. When do we get to
Yeah,
play?
we're gonna have like a
Gamescom.
alpha,
Germany.
beta. It's a,
We'll see you there.
Oh,
We're gonna
okay.
be at the Xbox booth, and then Rip and I are gonna be on stream, Xbox live stream,
Yeah.
going through all the mechanics. Can't wait.
More
to see you guys
info?
there.
Okay.
Peace.
Okay. Oh. All right. Nice. Okay, so we got Omni-Man. All right. Okay, guys. So let's talk a little bit about what we just saw. All right, so like I said during my intro, there was a possibility that we could be getting some trailers reveals for any of the upcoming games. And one of those games, if you don't know, is Invincible Versus. There was a launch trailer. I reacted to that. I'll link that video here as well. But yeah, we've gotten a good amount of information throughout EVO about Invincible Versus. They also had a playable demo here. They had a ton of stuff going on. They had showcases both on Maximilian's stream where they walked through a lot of stuff about the mechanics of the game and just what their thought process was in putting everything together. They actually did a showcase on the main EVO stream with the developers where they talked a lot about how they got into this and what they're hoping to achieve, and the process of creating some of the characters, specifically Rexplode and Battle Beast were talked about quite a bit. Um, and the game looks sick. Now, for me, I was a fan of the Amazon television series. I've watched Invincible. But when I found out that the game was coming out, I decided that it was time, finally, to get into actually reading the original comics. So I have been doing that lately. And I am like way more hyped for Omni-Man now than I was prior to getting into that. And if you guys have read the comics, I think you have a better understanding of that because, yes, in the show they have started to delve into some of his later storyline, but they're just starting to get there. Whereas, of course, in the comics, at the point that I am, it goes much further along, and to me, it makes me like really excited to see this character again. Um, yeah, so the other thing to keep in mind, if you guys watch this channel a lot, you know that I am a Mortal Kombat fan. I'm a Mortal Kombat player. And Omni-Man is currently a guest character in Mortal Kombat 1. He has been for a while now. He was the first guest character released for the game, so he's been in the game for a while. So one of the things that when they first announced Invincible Versus that I know a lot of people were thinking was, what is he going to be like in comparison to how he is in Mortal Kombat? Of course, these are two extremely different games, completely different playstyles, completely different mechanics, different art styles. So there obviously was going to be a ton of differences, but of course, at the same time, everything we've seen of Invincible versus so far, they very much tried to incorporate very specific elements of the characters from the show that we've seen, like exact scenes sometimes. And then one thing about Mortal Kombat, whether you love it or hate it, whether you like having guest characters or not, you must admit that one thing that they always have done well is that exact sort of thing, is going to the source material for guest characters and incorporating that source material into the characters' move sets, into their taunts, into their lines, into their fatalities, all that sort of thing. So I was very curious to see what the similarities and differences were going to be between how he is in Mortal Kombat 1 and how he is in Invincible Versus. And I also am kind of wondering if, now I'll get to that in a second, but so what I'll say is I do see where there is some overlap in terms of the references, but in my opinion, that unfortunately had to be inevitable, right? If they were both going to be true to the character, there would be some of that. But there is a lot of differences as well, a ton of differences. If you look at the actual play style, you see a couple moves that look similar because they're based on how he actually looks and fights in the show or the comics. But there is a ton of differences as well, a substantial amount of differences. So I don't think you have to worry too much if you were concerned about it being the exact same experience of playing them in those two games. It's not going to be at all. But also on top of that, there's a lot of things that they can do here, just character references wise, that make a lot more sense here than they do in Mortal Kombat because of course here he's in actually his world and amongst other characters from the show. And I love the little individual lines that he has in there for all of them, obviously all the Mark stuff, but the Battle Beast, the Kitty Kitty, the stuff with Rex. So I think he looks very cool here. I'm very excited to see um, people when they actually get to show us him more in combat. Because one of the cool things about Evo and all of the different showcases and demonstrations and they also had some player matches on stream is that we actually got to see a good amount of footage of people actually playing the game. So I wonder if he's going to be playable at Gamescom along with the six that were currently playable here at Evo. I hope so, or at the very least that maybe they show him off a little more, because I would like to see more of actual matches where he's incorporated into it too, and the breakdown of his play style. and his moveset and all of that. So, but so far I'm really loving what I'm seeing, and that music choice for the trailer was sick, was fantastic. Mwah. Thank. So yeah, I want to hear you guys' thoughts. How do you feel about what you've seen here from Omni-Man so far? If you get a chance to either go to Evo yourself and try out the game, or if you just got a chance to check out any of the matches, or the developer discussions, or their interviews with Max during Evo, or anything like that, and you have thoughts, I'd love to hear those as well. Gonna wrap this up here. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Oh, and tell me what other characters you want to see next. Who else do you want to see revealed soon? Who else do you want to see coming up? I kind of want to see Dinosaurus. But anyway, who else do you want to see? Thank you so much for joining me, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye.